How do you read a book a day? Okay. I got this from a friend of mine who's a very good friend of a guy named Tai Lopez. Does anybody know who Tai Lopez is? Who's Tai Lopez? Yeah, you see him on Facebook or whatever on YouTube. He's got these millions of followers. He's always showing his mansion. He's like, oh, by the way, I read a book a day. But then you see his library and he's got like 200 books. Like, dude, how have you been reading a book a day for like 10 years and you got 200 books? I mean, the math don't even make sense, right? Okay, there's an app. It's free for, I think it's free for like 5 days. And I think it's $70 a year. Okay, it's called Blinkist. Blinkist. Okay? Now, I haven't talked to Ty, so I'm not claiming this for Ty, but this is what I heard, and I've been doing it, and it absolutely works. This is an app. Essentially what it does is it reads you the cliff notes of almost any major book out there. Okay? Every single day when I'm done with work, somewhere between work, kids, and going to bed and all that, I will listen to a book that I'm trying to understand, something in my industry, something about technology, whatever, and they pretty much pack it into about 15 minutes, and they read you the cliff notes of the book, okay? Now, you're not reading the entire book, but it's pretty crazy how I can, go for a walk around my block, and in 15 minutes, I'm going to know everything about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm going to know everything about whatever book you want to read, And so they've got hundreds and hundreds of books on here. It's pretty crazy. Sometimes I'll listen to one over and over and over again, but they do a really good job at capturing all the key important notes of the book. The reason these guys came out with this technology, really this app, is they realize there's a trend towards shorter books. E-books are blowing up. They're just exploding right now. And the reason that those books are blowing up is because people are realizing in most books, like Brian was saying, in most books, there's a very small amount of content that you actually need. All the rest is the filler stuff, right? It's stories, it's this and that. It kind of loops it all together. A lot of the big publishing companies, they don't want a short 100-page book. So, they'll ask you for a 300-page book, 380-page book, 500-page book. But really, in 500 pages, there's only like 10 points that are going to change your life, okay? So that's what this is for, and that's where the guy came out with this, is he's like, look, what if we just read the books, and we just tell people the point? What are all the major points of the book, okay? So it's just a genius idea, and it works really well. I use it every single day, okay? Everybody got that? Okay, cool. Who's going to read a book a day? Super simple, right? I mean, I encourage you to try it for 5 days. For me, I think I'd gone through like 20 books in the first 5 days. I was like, this is incredible. I mean, there's stacks of books I've been trying to read, and I went through them in 5 days for free. I was like, man, I gotta spend the $70 to buy this app. I was like, this is incredible. I mean, the amount of knowledge you get is incredible. Like, if you don't like to hear it audibly, then it's probably not for you. But if you can listen to it audibly, it's incredible. Listen to it in your car, on a walk, whatever.